Hey guys, it's MarshmallowGirl, and welcome to Black Mirror 2. So this game was recommended to me, so I figured, give it a shot. Oh, and the ending was explained to me. So apparently the reason why Samuel killed himself was because he needed to close the circle, which was something that totally went over my head. So his suicide was done for a reason. I thought the circle was already closed, but I guess not, so that was my fault. Let's see what's gonna happen with this new one, because I'm pretty sure all the Gordons except... Well, I guess they did mention they had relatives in other locations. Okay. The easy game mode offers additional game help, the option to skip special puzzles, and to receive further tips from the diary. The normal game mode has no additional game help. However, you can select additional game help option. Oh. Well, we'll just go with normal for now, see how things go. Is that Samuel from the first game? Oh yes, the inviting skull in front of every manor really makes it feel very homey. Oh, I guess it was. Okay, that's Victoria.
Where are you?
Oh wait, no, I guess maybe that's the wife. Maybe this is how the wife died.
Samuel? Are you there? Please, say something.
Why is he hanging out in the rain and she's in here?
There you are. Where have you been? I've been looking for you. You promised you wouldn't just disappear anymore. I've been looking all over for you. Ow! What's wrong with you? I don't know who you are. I don't know my own husband. You disappear every night. You only talk when it's absolutely necessary. Where is the man that I married, Samuel? I want my husband back!
Oh, so I guess he did kill her.
What have I done? What the hell have I done? Oh no! I didn't want this! No! No!
He's just gonna hang out in the rain. He's not even gonna try to help.
No!
Also, why didn't she try and leave? They didn't show him, like, locking the door or anything. Why not break the window and jump out? I mean, surely a couple broken bones is gonna be better than burning to death. Now we're in Maine, okay. I mean, the graphics have clearly improved, but the hair still looks weird. Oh, here's the weird chapter introductions.
Get on with it! Stick the damn fuse back in! I want to open the store!
Okay. When there is a new diary entry, the corresponding symbol will flash at the top of the left screen. You can open the diary via the indicator or by using either D or the J key. Okay.
An old clothes dummy. Oh, judging by the smell, it's been damp at some point, and now it's just moldering away. A light shaft with a grill. Leads up to the backyard. A water faucet. If Fuller had a garden he wanted to water, he could do it from here. But in Fuller's garden, you'd get pretty well nothing to grow.
Okay. When you received all the information about an object in the game, you will lose its interactivity. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad.
An ancient rusted bucket with a little bit of water in it. With that water in the bucket, it's only a matter of time until it's completely rusted through.
I always like that.
The fuse! The fuse, man! Open your eyes!
Okay. The tip system gives you information at the start of the game on how to play. If you don't wish to receive any tips, deactivate the features in the options menu.
The hinges on the basement grill are rusted. No idea if you could open it. And even if you could, it'd squeak like hell.
Anyways, like I was saying, I like it when point-and-click adventure games like this, when you can no longer click on an item, so that way you know for sure you're done clicking on it instead of just clicking and repeating the same thing. Because there are instances in games where if you repeatedly click on a certain object, what happens with the object will change. So I like knowing that for sure you're done.
Why should I? I don't want to open the grill. Why should I?
Maybe I'm just stupid, but I've never seen grill spelled with an E before. Maybe that's how you're supposed to spell it if it's like the grating on top of something rather than like a barbecuing grill.
I don't want to open the grill. I certainly don't need a bucket, nor a load of rusty water.
You think you'll be done today? How long does it take to install a new fuse?
A beer crate with 24 bottles. All empty. And the bottles aren't dusty either. Beer doesn't keep long around here. Cheap beer. That's about right for Fuller. I just wonder why he has the crate in the basement. I can't see him coming down here every time he wants to drink a beer upstairs. Oh my god. Who would want to be photographed in front of that backdrop? Well, maybe it was the trend. Once. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, I thought he was going to sit on the stool or something.
Let's see. A few plastic containers, bottles and boxes, light bulbs, cables, grease. And a small carton of fuses.
Cool. Oh, I have a camera.
Hopefully the fuses work. You never know in this place.
This is a postcard. Yeah, it is a postcard. When you want to activate an item in the inventory, click on it using the right mouse button. Why did they choose this font? I don't care for this font. If you're gonna, like, I understand wanting things to look like, oh, look, it's handwritten, but it's just a hint in the game. Just have it in usual bold text and let it be.
It's not providing light, and that's not going to change until I have the power turned back on. That rickety pallet is blocking my view of the lower shelves. I can't see what's behind there.
Just move it then. Well, I didn't mean like that. You dingus. Oh.
Photo developer. Looks like it's been there for a while, but the bottle's still sealed, so it could still be good.
Why?
Fuller will hardly miss it, and even if, I can live with it.
To get additional background information on objects, click on them using the right mouse button.
Come on, get on with it! Replace that damn fuse already!
No. Or replace it when I'm good and ready.
Well, at least it'll give me a bit of light until I get the power turned back on.
This is 93, right? That's what the opening title screen said. Why is he using a candle? What? Get a flashlight, bro. Alright, fine.
An old dust-encrusted fuse box. There are a lot of wires coming out of the top of it, which then run along the floor joists. Doesn't look exactly safe. That's a postcard of Biddeford. It's very useful for getting from one part of town to the next. But I can't just go off across the town right now. I've still got things to do here. My SLR camera, fitted with a flash, too. I never leave home without it. There's just one fuse left in the box. But at least it looks unused. I reckon it's still out of work.
The fuse!
Oh. That's quite efficient.
Okay, then.
There we
Just
go.
like everything else of Fuller's. Pretty well junk. The blown fuse must be under here. Huh. Fuller's already had a go at it. But again, he couldn't sort it out. 3 other fuses look fine, but this one's had it. I should throw that away, otherwise I'll get mixed up. Well, that's that. Now all we need is some power.
Well, you need to put the cover back on first.
Everything looks okay. Oh. Okay, so let's have a look. Let there be light. Don't need this anymore.
The spacebar shows you all the interactive points in a scene. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I missed something.
A battered paint can with about half an inch of dust on the lid. Dr. Rainbow's Finest Pearly White 85. I don't think I can recall having seen one pearly white thing in this whole building. There's not as much dust on the floorboards here. They're almost shiny, in fact. So does Fuller stand here every night with a beer looking at these awful pictures?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess we're in some sort of photography shop.
These boards don't run parallel to the wall. They're turned 90 degrees. They make a rectangle roughly 30 by 25 inches. Strange.
Break them
Boards
open.
aren't fixed at all. They move easily and sank a little bit into the floor as I stepped on them. Something's a bit strange about this place. I have no idea what it is. Something's a bit strange.
Okay.
Some photo of a beach and an ocean. There are millions of pictures like this. They all look the same somehow.
Okay. Oh, there's a bunch of ropes. I didn't know I could mess with
If
the
I
ropes.
want to look at awful pictures, then I can do it upstairs in the store. If I want to look at awful pictures, if I want to look at awful,
Okay.
if I want to look at awful, if I want to look at awful, if I want to look at awful.
Nope. Okay. I think the garden hose is the only other thing I need to interact with. I think everything else I've touched.
An old garden hose with more holes than a golf course. I can't do anything with that. A water faucet. If Fuller had a garden, he won. But in Fuller's garden,
Okay.
I don't want to open the grill.
I'm guessing I'm going to come back down here then?
I wouldn't accept it as a present, even if it didn't stink.
What? That is literally the weirdest thing you could have possibly said. Also, I just noticed this death trap up here. Don't appreciate whatever this is. I guess I'm going upstairs then?
So let's go up. A wonderful working day awaits, full of appreciation and deep personal fulfillment. Ugh.
Yeah, it's called living and working in retail. Deal with it.
Finally! You make a big deal about going to college, but you're too sappy to replace a fuse. Put that board outside in front of the store. Get on with it!
Kind of a dick, dude.
The picture frames could do with being a little more professionally presented. But to be honest, they don't really deserve it.
I don't think the picture frames did anything wrong. It's kind of rude.
The postcards all show scenes from New England. They're the regular cards you see everywhere around here. Many of the things here are overpriced, but that's obvious. There's only one photo store in town. He takes advantage of that. Simple reflex cameras for private use. Nothing special.
I'll take your word for it.
Who should I send the card to? My fellow white bread students who I hardly know? Or my mom, who lives a couple of houses away?
I've never actually heard someone refer to themselves as white bread. Like, yeah, I've heard other people call people that before, but never heard someone like self-reference themselves as that.
That idiot's kit really isn't too bad. And pretty expensive. The lights look brand new. He's definitely not had them for long. Perhaps the store used to do better before, and he had some savings. Or maybe he bought the new lights on credit. The store couldn't have paid for them, that's for sure.
You know what's really weird? I don't know why, but I'm getting like weird Alan Wake vibes from this all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. It's really strange.
That's Fuller's camera. It's quite a good one. Huh. If good technology would make up for missing talent, then even an idiot like Fuller could shoot good pictures with it. That's Fuller's camera. That's Fuller's camera.
Okay. Let's go to the back room. Oh, I can actually go back there. I was kind of expecting him to give me shit for that.
A cheapo, old-time cuckoo clock. A testament to Fuller's fine taste for stylish interior decoration. I can look at the clock a little more closely later. Right now, I need to put this board outside the door.
I told you! I want you to put out that damn sign!
I'll concentrate on my job first, before Fuller completely loses it.
Crap. Fine.
No wonder Fuller needs some distraction. You don't even get 5 customers a day in here.
Oh, I don't have to hold the button. Oh, okay. I thought I... Okay, see, I wouldn't have known that dark room was there. Okay, I could really do without him constantly coughing, though.
These photo mounts are made of a kind of pressed card. You can stick photos into them to make them easier to hang. The drawback is that they can get easily dusty. I don't need any of them. It's rare that I even hang any of my pictures.
Well, I'm going to assume your pictures aren't that good.
On my first day, my friendly boss made it very clear to me that he kept an exact account of the amount of money in the till. A little hint that I shouldn't consider ripping them off.
Well, I mean, he owns the shop, and this is his only source of income. And you already said it's not doing very well. I could understand why he'd be keeping a very, very close eye on the till. Also, I mean, it's just kind of sad that you even need the warning. You should know not to be a douchebag and try and steal from people, even if you don't like them. I don't see anything. I was trying to look up and see if, like, if Bilford had, like, Sorry. I apologize. That was kind of gross. Like a mascot or something? Because I'm assuming this is the advertising sign, so I was kind of wondering why you would choose a moose.
I'm not interested in the cash deal.
Even if you were, you couldn't get to it.
That's a light box for looking at slides and negatives.
Oh, that's because I spelled it as Bilford, not Bidford. That might be pretty helpful. If I actually spelled the name correctly. Oh, okay. Apparently they have a... First thing that comes up is a university, so I would assume it's... one of the first questions that pops up though is University of New England real? The University of New England is a private university in Maine with campuses in Portland, Maine, and Biddeford. I didn't doubt it was real. Okay. I have no idea what their mascot is though. Maybe the I was wondering maybe the moose was their thing. But I don't see anything indicating that. Let's see. No, it looks like their thing is like a shield, like a family-looking crest. Interesting. Oh my god. The average cost to attend this school after aid is $34,000. Holy crap! That's so expensive. College is such a waste of money. Oh my god. The only ones that aren't are like the trade school ones. Those ones are worth getting into, I think. Because we always need more electricians and plumbers and, you know, people who can fix cars and stuff. Those are always going to be valuable, I think. Okay, so... Oh. It looks like the mascot is literally a nor'eastern. It says Stormid Norman. Okay. Strange choice, but alrighty. I'm gonna go. So no, the moose has nothing to do with anything.
All these stupid afternoon talk shows. It almost made me go crazy. Huh. Fuller. What can you say? A good reason to have doubts about humanity? I've only been working here a few days, and I've already given up hope that he might, just once, behave like a normal human being. This is probably the most stressful holiday job that I've ever had. Holiday job in a photo studio? Yeah, sure. Great stuff. Learn new things, earn some money. And the reality looks a little different. Fatter and more bald. Know what I'm saying?
Can this game...
excuse me.
What do you want?
Can this game make one likable protagonist?
I've swapped out the fuse.
Yeah? And now? Do you want a medal? I told you to take the damn sign outside.
The store's not doing too well, is it?
What's that got to do with you?
Nothing. Nothing at all. It's no doubt because of the vast competition here in Biddeford that nothing's going on here. I mean, what else could it be?
This is the only photo studio here.
That's what I thought.
Okay. So yeah, Samuel started out like he was kind of a douchebag and he did not improve as the game went on. Does this guy have a name yet? I don't remember them saying his name. What is your name? Who are you? I don't know what my character's name is just yet.
The store isn't doing very well. I don't think a cheap sign is gonna change that. But what the hell?
And you need to witness this guy's coughing to get it. Yeah, we already know that. You already told me that.
The store isn't doing bad.
Pick it up. Hello, only another human being.
Huh?
You've put it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
Dipstick.
I'd like to get some portraits done. Some pretty black and white pictures. Have I come to the right place?
Oh, yeah. You're at just the right place. Black and white photography is my specialty.
Wonderful. So let's get started. My name's Angeline.
Oh, I'm Darren. Let's go inside.
Okay, his name's Darren.
Welcome to Fuller's photography store. What can I do for you?
Oh god, that was creepy.
I wanted to get some portraits done.
Ooh, very good. We can start right away, dear lady.
But I thought Darren would...
What? But he's just an errand boy. A pretty child like you deserves a real
Oh
photographer.
god.
Here, go and pick up the post and take this letter to Mrs. Biba in the diner in the main square. I've got things to do.
Is your name Epstein by any chance, you friggin' creep? Oh,
Son of a...
you can skip a cutscene by pressing the tab key. Okay. The only time I would skip a cutscene though is if it's one I'd already seen. I don't typically make a habit of skipping cutscenes. Wait, what the hell? Why is he parked in the middle of the road? Anyways, the one good thing about being an ugly woman is I can walk into a store like that and I don't get harassed. That's one of the good things. That poor lady.
New England Photo Service. I reckon a person has to be pretty damn desperate to have their pictures taken at Fuller's place. But he's the only photographer in town. And there are plenty of tourists here. Presumably he does most of his business with them. I can't explain it any other way, just how he keeps his head above water.
I love his accent though. I love the Maine accent.
Fuller lives with his mother over the store.
So? If he's not doing well, maybe she's not either, and so she just lives with him to save money.
I haven't met the old hag yet, but going from her son and that filthy mutt that she seems to love more than anything, I don't think I'm missing too much.
You're kind of a douchebag, dude. Oh. So apparently in Maine, Maine is lucky enough to be one of the only a few states in the U.S. that has a sizable moose population. State biologists estimate the Maine moose population to be around 75,000. That might be why his sign is a moose then. I did not know there were moose in Maine. I just associate moose with Canada. But I guess that would make sense.
Most of the pictures here in the window weren't taken by Fuller. In some moment of blinding inspiration, he must have decided to get some proper photographers to promote his business. Of course, they have no idea just how lucky they've been. I can only ask myself just who he conned into making him the elk design.
Oh.
Or then again, maybe he didn't have the picture made. He probably just stole it.
So I'm just wrong on I'm just like wrong on every account. I clearly know nothing about Maine, and I know nothing about what the hell an elk looks like compared to a moose. Because I swear to God, I thought that was a moose. Whoops.
Portraits, group pictures, wedding photography, and landscapes. All of them totally unimaginative. Just as things should be.
Oh, there's a backyard.
An ancient, rickety tool shed. This is where Fuller keeps the junk that he doesn't just throw somewhere in the yard. So, not much. A reel of fishing line. There seems to be a little still on it.
Guess I'm taking that. A little? That does not look like a little.
Line, I'm afraid. No hook.
Well, it's nice to know that Darren's carrying on the family tradition of just stealing everyone's stuff whenever he feels like it.
Fuller hung out the laundry yesterday for him and his mother. I just found it somewhat surprising that a fat ass like him does the laundry for his mother. Alarming, even. The man is way past 40 and gets bossed around by his mother.
But he didn't read the other half of that line. Weird. But maybe he's a dick to you, but he's really nice to his mom. Maybe he just really loves her and he's taking care of her.
A length of tow rope. A bit more than 2 yards long and in great condition.
Dude, you're either really great at estimating the length of things, or you're just absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever heard anyone describe the length of a rope when they look at it. Usually it's just like, oh hey, there's a tow rope.
Ropes are always good.
Especially when they're stolen. Barrel.
If somebody told me the old fat pig dumped poisonous waste, then I'd completely believe it. I don't understand why Fuller doesn't just get this stuff picked up. What does he want to keep it for?
Maybe it's not so much that he wants to keep it, but it's expensive to have it picked up and he just doesn't have the spare money for it. I don't know. I think most places have like a free large junk day where the garbage people would come by, and when they were picking things up, they'd pick up any of the large garbage. Like lots of people put like old beds and furniture out that they no longer wanted but didn't want to pay to have hauled away. I remember that a lot because it always looks very strange outside when you're like, hey,
Solid
there's a bunch of
iron
furniture
grill.
out here.
It's across the light shaft that leads up from the basement. The grill is very heavy and rusted into the concrete. It's gonna take a lot of force to open it. Why should I do that to myself?
My guess is we're gonna have to open that up and break into the store at some point.
The grill is very heavy. The window's barred. The bars seem pretty strong and are bricked into the wall. The window's barred.
Okay.
Either out front or in the back. Fuller's gonna go nuts if I haven't done his jobs for him.
Well, I mean, you are literally being paid to do this job. It's not wrong to be upset you're not doing your
Rusted
job.
bucket with big holes in the bottom.
I just stole the handle?
The handle's busted off. I'm gonna leave the bucket there. There really isn't much more I can do with it.
Well, it kind of looks like we're slowly cobbling together a fishing line, or a fishing pole, which is very strange.
That's the cage for Fuller's mother's dog. But the dog is usually in the house. At least, I've never seen it here in the cage.
Are gonna steal the dog's water bowl?
The water bowl is completely dry. Perhaps I can still use it.
Ooh, it's nice and gold and shiny.
I can only see into Fuller's office through the window. Sadly, I can't watch the photo shoot.
Well, you're just as creepy as
I can
him,
only
so
see
that's
into
great.
Fuller's office through the window. The window is open, presumably to let in some fresh air. Or maybe it just doesn't close properly. Who knows?
Okay, I think I've interacted with everything, so we're gonna go back to the street. I love that feature they've added. That is a great feature. Because I found that to be a problem when I was playing the first one, was there were sometimes small things that you need to click on that I didn't realize I needed to click on, and it ended up being a huge problem for me, so I'm glad that they fixed that.
A hydrant, just like any other one. I don't see anything special about it. If this place ever burns down, I'll be the guy holding the match.
Oh, great. That's not psychotic. Hello, Mr. Birdie. Oh, second
Unbelievable
Birdie.
mess of old guns and swords, uniforms, ships' bells, radios. As long as it's old, it's sold here.
That's what, because it says Al's Bait and Tackle. I would have expected this to be a fishing shop, not a junk store. Oh, it's actually
Well, come
open.
on. Come on in. Take a look around. Buy something.
Thanks.
Ah, a young man. You a soldier? Bit slow on the uptake. Have you served?
Sir! No, sir!
Ah, so you want to put me on, do you? Find something for yourself and then beat it.
Okay. Is that a Purple Heart?
I guess those are Eddie's badges from his time in the army.
You got that right, boy.
There are 3 bottles on the shelf. I guess it's hard liquor.
Bourbon.
I don't want to get drunk.
I'm surprised he didn't have like a comment like I wouldn't let you have my alcohol
A cupboard
anyways.
full of lots of different things. Books, a record player, boxes, measuring instruments.
You want to buy something?
I'll have a look around first. Yep, it's famous. I've seen this picture hundreds of times before. A
I
pair
like-
of wire cutters for cutting cable. I'd like to buy these wire cutters.
$2. What? You don't want to negotiate? You got too much dough, right? You got it coming out of your ears. Never worked a hard day in your life, and you got no idea on the value of $1, I bet.
$2 is $2. In your time, it might have been a meal out and a movie for 2. For me, it's half a burger.
Be happy that you can just buy a burger like that. There ain't many beef farmers left. All that imported stuff from the third world has screwed up the prices.
And pretty soon you won't be seeing a single lonesome cowboy herding steers across the prairie and singing those old trail songs around the campfire. Oh.
Yeah. Typical youth humor.
Okay, that was a very interesting conversation between you two. Also, I'd prefer if you weren't as blasé about the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima as you are.
Shelves of useless junk.
If you're just gonna bitch, then get lost.
Dude, if you're gonna call his shop useless junk, just like keep it in your head. Don't be a
Perhaps
dick to the guy
Eddie
running it.
picked it up somewhere in the Second World War. The junk shop owner. He appears to be blind. Maybe he's just putting it on. That would fit with the cliche.
He's literally not done anything that makes me think he's blind. What are you talking about?
Tell
In
me.
Iraq,
Whoa.
the war finished 2 years ago.
Well, you don't say. Read my lips. President Bush is gonna bring that Saddam to justice.
Sure. You know that Bush is no longer the president, right?
Well, he'll still bring him to justice. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Sure. So
I don't remember
what's
asking.
Life like
That was
here
so
in
weird.
Barefoot?
But you're not from around here?
No. I go to college in Boston.
Oh, so you're an intellectual then? Some sort of desk guy, an egghead who just talks clever all day?
No, I'm...
Then you're the artistic type. Some depressive junkie? You're fixing your problems with a self-help group, right?
No, I'm studying physics.
Really?
Well, we sure need that stuff. So what brings you here?
I'm visiting my mother over the semester vacation. She's been living here a few months now. Rebecca Michaels?
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Oh, man.
Like, I'm sure it's just like the shading or whatever, but doesn't it look like he's got like a really strange tan going on? Like he had like a large, like a scarf or a necklace or something right there, because like he's got like he's got like he's got like tan there and a tan there, and it's really pale right there.
You know my mother by any chance?
Nope. I don't get out much. What you doing here? Fresh sea air and all that?
You could say that, yeah. A quiet place to retire.
Oh, okay.
And who are you? Is this your shop?
No! I just busted in here and you've surprised me, just as I was about to clear the place out.
Oh, how amusing. How long you been waiting to roll that one out?
Your generation lacks respect for its elders. I fought for you to live here. I spilt my blood for you.
And I'll pay your pension. So we're quits, Mr.
Edward D. Warren. Ed for short. Or Eddie to my friends.
Hello, Eddie. I'm Darren. Nice shop you got here.
In my time, it wasn't customary to speak to older folks using their first name.
But we're living in my time now. Aren't we, Ed?
I think you should find whatever it is you're after, and then scram.
Just like I thought. Play the good citizen, but still chase after every dollar. Like the devil chases souls.
Why is everyone in this game a dick? Like, I get, like, you know, okay, whatever, he's kind of like the crotchety old man, you know, he served. But he's also kind of a dick, too. He's just being I mean, just be nice to the old guy. You're in his store. He's a veteran. You should treat him with more respect,
Looks like
Darren.
a slide projector from here.
Correct.
Also, I don't know why he assumes Eddie's blind. He didn't do anything to indicate that.
An old radio. Looks like a piece of pro equipment. Are you a radio hobbyist?
Radio hobbyist? You mean one of those idiots who thinks it's neato mosquito when they have another idiot on the air who only lives 2 blocks away? I was a wireless operator with the Hells Devils, 8th Infantry Regiment of the 4th U.S. Infantry Division. I was there in North Africa, and in Sicily, then in Normandy on Utah Beach. I was wounded on the Rhine. That was my eyes.
Oh.
And I got a Purple Heart for it all.
And so, are you still a radio guy or not?
I'm keeping the tradition alive. I talk to old buddies real regular. Can reach him anywhere. I'd say I'm kind of an expert. Keep my things in good working order. Always prepared.
Ah, okay. Good to know.
So he is blind? Running a shop by yourself when you're blind does not seem like a good idea. Just because someone could easily just walk in and just take whatever they want. It's not like he could identify them.
I bet that's an original radio set from the Second World War. It definitely doesn't look much newer. I bet that's an original They look like bazookas. Hopefully they're just replicas.
I hope not.
Okay, so we came in here, we harassed this poor old guy. We got a pair of wire cutters, and now we're out of here.
I think that's Fuller's car. I'm not one of those people who knows about such things and goes into fits of ecstasy when they see a classic. Who knows? Is that thing a classic anyway?
I don't like his response to certain things like that. Like, I think it's just, maybe it's just the tone. But it's like, how dare somebody enjoy something I don't enjoy? Like, dude, who cares? Let them enjoy cars if they want to enjoy cars. Let them be happy when they see a classic car or whatever. Double click on an interactive game elements will launch the corresponding action immediately. Okay, well, let's go to the store.
And then I said to him, Jason, I need a new car, urgently.
Oh, yeah. And then?
What can I say? It's parked right outside.
You can't be serious.
Sure, I'm being serious. A convertible. Totally cute.
Girl, you're just gonna have to show me later.
Oh, yes, there's no way I'm not going to do that.
Well, that was an interesting conversation.
And in this weather.
You lying. And what did he do?
Well, he just left her sitting there.
Ha! Well, she didn't deserve anything better.
But that's not all.
You joking. There's more?
Yeah, now get this.
An armchair.
Fork Truck Pete just
Doesn't
can't
look too
afford
uncomfortable.
that kind of thing.
But who would want to sit
Hey,
down in
it's
this
me,
shop
okay?
with the
And I'm
charming
telling
Rosie?
you, she saw him herself.
I am
But
definitely
surely
not
it
going to
doesn't
sit
look
in
as
that.
cute as my new convertible.
Well, hardly.
Talking of which, weren't we going to go for a little
Huh.
ride?
Every possible
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
about
form.
to have my lunch break.
Garbage and large
Ah,
object
yeah.
collection, telephone rerouting. Here's a form from the Make Our Town Prettier committee.
And what did your Jason say to
My
that?
mom's on the board of that
He
one.
doesn't know a
It
thing
seems you should
about it
send in
yet.
suggestions for improvements
you
around
go,
town.
girl.
Now don't you go telling anyone, okay?
Girl, of course I won't. What are you thinking of?
You're a darling, Rosie.
What was that story again with your
I'm
new
not
car?
interested in these forms for residents. I've got a few things going on which, like this town, could
Where
be
is
a
it
little
then?
more interesting.
It's parked right outside
But
the
I
shop.
don't hold out much
Ooh,
hope
then
for
we can
success.
go for a ride on my lunch break.
But isn't that still a way off?
Handbills for local
So what is
events.
going on with Fork Truck
Brand
Pete
New
and that
Year
sister,
Bazaar.
what's her face?
It's a go-go dance
Not the
till
sister.
you drop.
That's Matt's
Oh,
cousin,
man.
that's who.
I thought
The
she
other
was...
stuff, small ads. This is where the locals sell the junk they no longer need. Lawnmowers,
And then
baby
I said to
cribs,
him,
record
Jason,
players.
I need
I'll
a new
pass.
car, urgently.
Does she
Oh,
sell
yeah.
ice cream?
And
Because that's
then?
what this looks like.
What can I say? It's parked right outside.
Okay, this needs to
You
stop.
can't be serious.
Excuse me?
Have you got...
No, I just wanted a package.
Something wrong with your eyes then?
Huh?
Listen, I'm talking here. Can't you see that?
Yeah, I can see as clear as day.
What is she, John Cena?
unfortunately. But I have to collect a package for Fuller at the photo store.
There'll be no line jumping in this store. You're online, okay? Now wait until I'm ready.
Ugh, the young kids today.
Always.
Oh my
I'm
god.
always having a fight with
Coffee
them.
mugs,
Bad
little
parents,
lighthouses,
that's what it is.
badges,
So
and
tell me,
life belts with
What's
beta
happening with your new
stamped on
car
them.
again?
Plastic
A
house numbers.
convertible.
What
So
more
cute.
could the
In
tourist?
beautiful
I think
red
I'd rather my
and
hand
all
fell
the
off
best
before I
upholstery
took
and
any of those with me.
everything.
Oh, you earned it.
Oh,
Those
you.
are banners
We'll
and
take a little
flags.
spin later.
Some very stylish.
Where is it then?
Some
It's parked
completely
right
not.
outside the shop.
I reckon the
Ooh,
big ones
Then we
must
can
be
go
for
for a
yachts.
ride on my lunch break.
The Maine
But
state
isn't that
flag
still a way
always looks
off?
more like a beer
So
company
what is
logo to
going
me.
on with Fork Truck Pete and that sister,
At least they've got an
what's her
elephant
face?
tree in there.
Not the sister.
That's
That's
nice.
Matt's cousin, that's who.
So what
I
have we
thought
got
she
here?
was...
New Hampshire, Canada, something or other I don't
And
recognize.
then I said to
New
him,
Brunswick
Jason,
or
I need a
Quebec,
new car,
perhaps.
urgently.
And of course, the
yeah.
obligatory
And then?
stars and
What
stripes in
can I
every
say?
imaginable
It's
shape
parked
and size.
right outside.
You
Dude, I
can't
kind of
be
want to kick your
serious.
ass.
No
Sure,
thanks.
I'm being serious.
I don't have a boat.
A convertible.
And if I did,
totally
I'd be
cute.
sailing under the skull and
Girl,
crossbones.
you're just gonna
Or
have to
maybe
show
a
me
Popeye
later.
flag.
Oh yes.
Something a little
there's
cooler
no
than
way
these.
I'm not going to do that.
There's nothing cooler than the Stars and Stripes. You can go to hell.
And in this weather.
You lying. And what did he do?
A stand
Well, he just
displaying
left her
a
sitting
million
there.
travel guides.
Huh. Well,
New
she
England,
didn't deserve
Quebec,
anything better.
England
But
and
that's not
Wales,
all.
Holland,
You
the
joking.
national parks of
There's
the
more?
USA,
Yeah. now
Tuscany,
get this.
Hong Kong, etc., etc.
Fork Truck Pete just can't afford that kind of thing.
There are too many travel
Hey,
guides
it's
to
me,
just go
okay? And I'm
leafing through them
telling you,
all.
she saw him herself.
While I've got nothing
But
specific to
surely
look for,
it doesn't look as
I'll leave 'em there.
cute as my new convertible.
I don't like
Well,
this going on. I
hardly.
wish that the
Talking of
voices would
which,
be
when are we
quiet when I
going
was
to go for a
when I was
little
interacting
ride?
with other things. That's
yeah,
kind of annoying.
I'm about to have my lunch break.
an old ship's
Ah,
wheel.
yeah.
It's supposed to endow a certain maritime charm, I guess. I
And what
reckon
did
that the
your Jason
local
say to
tourist
that?
board is missing
He
something
doesn't
of
know
a hook
thing
for this
about
place.
it yet.
I mean, what is
You
there
go,
here that's
girl.
a bit
Now
special?
don't you go telling anyone.
There must
okay?
be dozens
Girl,
of places
of
like
course
this one
I
along the
won't.
coast.
What are you thinking of?
You're a darling, Rosie.
The clock must be
What was
busted.
that story again with your new car?
At least it'll be right twice a day.
Where is it then?
More
It's
from the
parked
travel
right
guide?
outside the
There are
shop.
too many travel guides to
Ooh,
just go.
then we can go
Oh.
for a ride on my lunch break.
Okay, I need to be out of there. By right-clicking on the postcard or by pressing on Mikey. Oh, pressing the M key, you can open the map. Okay, that's gone. I was trying to read what the hell. It looked like it said itemables, which doesn't make any sense to me. I've never heard that before. It doesn't matter. I kind of want to push this car into the water, though. That lady seemed very
Looks like you
unpleasant.
can only buy tourist rip-off stuff in here. But the mail for the whole neighborhood gets dropped here too. The windows look like they're polished twice a day. Apart from that, nothing much else to notice.
Alright, let's go talk to this random lady. Young woman.
A young woman. She looks sad.
Time to go bother her.
Everything okay?
No, it's not actually. Carrie died here 2 years ago. She was my best friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did it happen?
You're not from around here.
No, I'm from Boston. I'm spending the semester break at my mother's.
Yes. Well, Carrie committed suicide. No one knows why. Everyone loved her. She was intelligent and always happy. I think there's still a picture of her in old Fuller's display window. The young woman with dark hair and green eyes.
Yes,
Oh.
I know that picture.
Okay, that just like.
A really pretty woman.
She had so many plans. After studying, she wanted to open a kindergarten here in Bedford, and with her husband Jason. I just don't understand it. From one day to the next, she changed completely. Became really reclusive. She was depressed, melancholic all the time. No one could reach her anymore. Not even Jason. Even though they loved each other more than anything. Then one day, she just threw herself into the sea.
And no one knows why?
No one. Jason has never gotten over it. He couldn't help her. A few months later, he married that brainless bimbo with a convertible. He probably just felt so lonely. It's definitely got nothing to do with love.
He must have been really lonely.
Excuse me. I'd rather be alone right now.
Of course. I'm sorry.
Yes, let me leave the depressed woman alone right where her best friend committed suicide. That's a good idea.
Back there is where the harbor ends and the natural shoreline begins. Just miles and miles dotted with lone houses. Often guest houses and hotels with views over the ocean. Back there is where the harbor ends and the natural
Oh, okay.
Back there is where the
I thought I was gonna be clicking on this, but apparently, okay.
Back there is where the harbor. Back there is
Okay, I guess both are just gonna give me the same thing. Let's see. That's to the beach. Oh, I can investigate the convertible. Man, living along the beach would suck, I think. Just look, I mean, all that wind and water is gonna just tear everything down all the time.
That car belongs to the world record talking lady from the shop. That could be useful.
World record talking lady. Amazing. You probably shouldn't be caught standing right in front of it.
Thanks to all the chat, she didn't hear that.
So do I have to alert her? Kind of thought I shouldn't be caught next to
That
it.
car belongs to the world record.
Oh, my convertible!
Oh, can you? Okay.
Hello, is it something like my turn now? Please, don't let me rush you.
Oh, what do you want?
I'm supposed to collect something for Fuller. From the photo studio?
Collection note? This is the one, right here. Have you still got another note? There's another package for Fuller here.
Okay. That was very
Afraid
aggressive.
not. Can I take it anyway?
I might turn a blind eye for nice customers.
So you're not gonna give it to me then?
Hell no!
Oh, shouldn't have been a dick to her.
Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
Hey, Rosie. Did you know Carrie, Jason's first wife?
Of course I knew her. I know everyone in Biddeford. At the end of the day, this is the only post office.
And what was she like?
What's that got to do with you?
I just wanted to chat a little.
Well, we never spoke too much. She was always so quiet. No comparison with Juliet. At least with her, you can have a decent conversation. Jason's so lucky he got her now. That really wasn't a life for a guy like Jason. With someone like that dragging him down? Now, at least he's got a life.
Ah, so lucky.
Just between you and me, one shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But that Carrie, she was always a little strange.
Uh-huh. What brings someone like her, or maybe even you, here to Biddeford?
Someone like me. You mean a fat woman in a state full of fitness freaks. You're one charming kind of guy, aren't you?
No?
No. I meant, why would someone as unfriendly as you work in a town tourist shop of all places?
Well, you ain't exactly a picture of politeness yourself.
But I don't work in a tourist shop either.
Okay, look. I grew up in New Jersey. My father didn't think the neighborhood was good for me or my brothers and sisters. So he got himself a job in a paper mill and dragged us all up here. Satisfied with that?
And you just weren't able to get yourself a job in construction or driving a truck?
Look, you shouldn't go trying to take on someone like me. You're punching way above your weight, son.
Huh, I can't deny that. Hey, do you know Eddie from the junk shop?
Yeah, sure. I know pretty well everybody here.
So what's going on with him?
He's single. Was never married before either, as far as I know. But hey, who could put up with him for long anyway? Those never-ending war stories. Can you imagine that?
Is he really blind?
I never heard different, but I wouldn't put money on it either. He's a chiseler. Maybe he's got disability just so he can make himself a few bucks.
I will say, it does seem strange that he's trying to run a shop by himself.
There's a really pretty young lady I've seen walking around here. Do you know her?
You had a real good look at her, didn't you?
Do you know her?
Well, I wouldn't say no. She came in here and asked about a photo studio, so I sent her up to Fuller's. She interrupted a conversation I was having with a friend. Can you believe that?
Ha! No way. I don't believe it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, again, nobody seems pleasant. I mean, the only person who's been nice so far that we've had... Oh. They're both gone. It was the lady who was here. She was the only... Oh, he's over there now. She was the only person who's been even somewhat pleasant. Everybody else has just been unbearable.
I've got Fuller's package.
Well, I gotta get to the diner, so... Oh, okay. Okay, it looks like I can only travel the places I've previously been to. So I need to figure out how to get to... Oh, maybe, since I got the package, maybe if I go over here, let me head down to the beach?
Back there is where the hobbit...
Oh. Well, it has a door, like I could go
Back
there.
is
I guess not.
Back there is where the...
I'll catch up you.
A well-sealed package. Not very heavy. I can hear a light tinkling, as though there were glass bottles or something inside.
Okay, so how... Oops. Wrong place, sorry. However I get there, it must be through up here. Oh, right here? Is that it? I think so. That was kind of awkward. Right mouse, click on the arrows in the inventory that will switch immediately either the beginning or the end of list of objects. Okay.
Jebediah Biddeford or something like that, I guess.
You could just go read
Honestly,
the thing.
I've got no idea who that is. The city's founder, a mayor, a benefactor, what do I know?
Well, if he is in fact Biddeford, my guess would be he founded it. Because usually that's who you name a town after. Wait, is that the same convertible?
What a flashy thing that is. Probably some tourist cool ride. Europeans in particular confuse New England with California and think they should be driving around in convertibles, Mustangs.
Okay. Sorry. Apparently if you're from Europe, don't come to Biddeford. Don't talk to this guy, because he's going to be an asshole to you because you're from... from Europe. What the hell was that kind of comment? I mean, I don't know if that's true. Maybe it was back in the 90s, but I feel like... I mean, I guess maybe the assumption is it's a coast, so it's got to be warm. I don't know. That was really out of place.
Bubblegum machine for years. Belongs to the diner. They do that whole nostalgia thing in there too. Oh, thanks.
Bibbas?
Yeah, just down the street.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, hello. I'm guessing that's your car then?
Some people.
Europeans.
A man in a white lab coat. In his 40s, I'd say. Could be a doctor.
It's a pretty good guess.
A man in a white lab coat.
Lobster.
A big, ugly plastic lobster. Not particularly appetizing.
I don't know, I thought maybe they had to use these spears
The
to take down the
moose is
giant
emblem of
lobster.
Maine. But the lobster's a close second. I really don't know if this place makes any money. There's usually a few people whenever I come in. But is that enough? Surely you can't get by on just that. They got 2 or 3 people working in the kitchen. One of them's Mr. Biber. Mrs. Biber works out here on her own. Looks like she really works her butt off.
Hey, Miss Biba.
That's Mrs. Biber, I think. As far as I can understand it, she runs this place with her husband.
You couldn't just talk to her over the counter, you had to walk all the way over there?
Excuse me.
I'll be right there. What can I get you, my boy?
Actually, I'm here to give you something. It's from Fuller in the photo store.
Psst. Hey, come over here.
Ooh, is she taking some saucy photos?
I can guess what this is about. The dirty old swine. I should have known. Vermin ain't so easy to get rid of. Tell him
You better tell him yourself. Whatever it is, you...
Claire! You gonna talk all day? The customers are waiting!
get out of here and tell your boss he can go to hell.
Wow, everyone's just unpleasant. I mean, I don't think she's done anything, but her husband, I meant.
What the hell was that all about then? She sure didn't seem to be a fan of Fuller's. I got that much. And the guy in the kitchen, he sure wasn't supposed to see that she had mail.
That's weird. So, either she had my guess is either she had an affair, or she took some sort of illicit photos, and that's how Fuller knows about it. And her husband kind of seems like an abusive dick, so maybe she's trying to hide that.
I'll take some bread. Mrs. Bible won't mind.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Just steal their livelihood.
Ketchup, mustard, mayo, salt, pepper, syrup, sugar, and a bottle of vinegar.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna keep stealing your guys' stuff. Hope that's
Not
cool.
much left. I don't think anyone will miss it.
Don't they just refill the bottles? Like, don't they get like big tubs of things and they just refill the bottles? Okay.
I'm not gonna feel any better if I stuff my pockets full of bread. What would a 50s bar be without a jukebox? The world's just wonderful, and aren't we all so very happy type music? Just isn't my thing.
God, I want to
There
punch
was
this
maybe
dude.
a Pearl Jam track on it, then I'd give it a play. But Buddy Holly doesn't quite do it for me.
Oh yeah, you got that Pearl Jam up in there.
They're supposed to represent something like portholes. In reality, they're glazed display cabinets. The rear panels of the display cabinets are painted blue. They both have underwater scenes with plastic fishes and lobsters on them. Kitschy. And that's about it.
Oh, look at the signs.
The specialty is, of course, lobster. Like everywhere around here. I have to admit, they are pretty tasty. There's everything you'd expect from a diner. From breakfast and lunch, to coffee and cake, right up to dinner. The specialty is, of course...
Alright. Oh, okay. So my options are leave or look at the bread again.
Hello? Young man! You're Darren Michaels, aren't you?
Yes, and you are?
Oh, excuse me. My name is Newhouse. I'm a doctor at the health center.
At the health center? You mean at the hospital out there?
Well, yes. We call it the Biddeford Health Center. We aren't just a hospital. We have yoga courses and cookery courses and...
And what do you want from me?
Yes. I know your mother, Darren. We had a date here this morning, to be more precise. Me and her. We wanted to hang up some pictures your mother painted in the health center.
Yes, and...
She's not there. She's normally always... She's always punctual, isn't she? This kind of thing never happens.
Look, I don't have a lot of time right now, but I'll give her a call, okay? As soon as I'm back in the store. Maybe she's forgotten about your little meeting, Doc.
If you say so, but actually...
I gotta go. I'll call Mom later and tell her that you're waiting for her in the health center. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, again, unpleasant as always, buddy. So, well, save. So, yes, I saved, so I should be fine. Okay, I guess it's just going to kick me back to my page, which is nice. Thank you. So, I was kind of thinking it was going to kick me back to the home page, but it's just going to kick me here. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It's fine. He said he was living with his mom, correct? Why would he need to call her? I mean, I guess maybe he's not going home for a while. Well, he did say it was the start, so it must just be... Wait, what time is it supposed to be? Because presumably they had like a breakfast or lunch date, so my guess would be it's around dinner, but he said it was the start of a wonderful day, work day, replacing the fuse, so that doesn't make much sense. But then again, it's fine. Just... What is it with Black Mirror and having just awful people as the main characters? Samuel was terrible. So far, Darren's been awful. Like, stop being terrible. Why does everybody have to be terrible? There's like 2 people who aren't terrible all of the time, and that's it. Everybody else is just kind of an asshole, and you're just stuck there. Like, could you guys maybe, I don't know, not be awful? Be great. Well, I'm wondering what their intent is, how they're going to connect the two. My assumption would be is that Darren's some sort of relative of the Gordon family, because the Gordon family had a curse on them, so that would be my guess that he's a relative of some kind. Although I don't know if we're going to end up back over in England or not, because it clearly showed us what happened to Samuel's wife, which we did know, because all we knew is that she died in a fire, but no other information was given in the first game. So now we know she died by his hand, but he did blame himself for the fire, or for her death in the first game, but it didn't seem like he actually had done anything. No, like, he straight up murdered her. He just lit that room on fire and then left, and just stood in the rain as she died horrifically. In a horrible fire. Dude, break the window. Help her. Throw a rock up there. Help her break it. What is going on? So I don't know. I'm honestly a little confused as to why the game started that way. Because that feels like it should have been the start of the first game. But then again, because I kind of feel like if they'd had that be the start of the first game, and he was coming back for another reason, and then he'd killed William, I feel like the whole game would make a little bit more sense. But that's besides the point. It doesn't really matter. I'm very curious as to where this is going to go. Very curious how they're going to connect the 2 games. My assumption right now is that, again, he's going to end up being some sort of relative, and that's what that British guy was doing here, because he sounded like he had a British accent. So my guess is that that's what he's here, is to tell me something related to that, or tell my mother something related to that. So I don't know how this one's going to play out, but I'm very curious. Very curious. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.